I used to hang with one of my baby mamas, right? That means that their child was either my godchild or something like that. You know, I ain't got no dick to get nobody pregnant.
Hello, Black Hole. See this brother winning, man. Hey, hey, look, what is your win, big? What is your win, big? What is your win, big?
Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Today's looky would be our punk funk shades. Oh, I'm giving it, right? And if this is not your speed, just go on over there, look through the website, and I'm sure you will find something that will accommodate your needs. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies. Yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about, or continue talking about, this bullshit right here. Bobby Womack's My Story. What is this? 1944 to 2014. Yeah, you're going to need more people with this one, Bobby. Because you leaving shiz out, the Bobby. So, I'd gotten myself down to nearby Muscle Shoals in Alabama when Wilson Pickett rolled into town from New York. I hadn't seen Pickett since I'd been out on the road with him. Whatever Pickett said, he stuck by it. No matter, he was tough, but also a lovable guy. A sweetheart. Would do anything for you. He didn't trust a lot of people. However, and mostly, I don't think he trusted himself. I wrote a string of hits with him. Pickett ended up recording 17 of my tunes, including I'm a Midnight Mover. She's so good to me, and I'm sorry about that. So I got to thank him for something. He called me Womack Stack. I forget why. Pickett came out of Prattsville, Alabama on March 18th, 1941. A Piscean, too. I told y'all, Pisces are the creators of the universe. I remember him from the gospel harmony group, the Violinaires. Then he joined the Falcons in 1959 and came up with the song I Found Love a couple of years later. That was a big record. He left them and went on his way. Jerry Wexler took Pickett to Memphis, where he cut In the Midnight Hour, which hit in 1965. One of the prettiest songs I ever made was I'm in Love. Pickett kept telling me to record it, but following Sam's death and me and Barbara hooking up, I was still taking flack from everyone in the business, including radio stations. I told Pickett, hey man, they see my name on a record and they throw it in the garbage. They don't want to play my records. All the jocks were Sam's old friends, and they thought I had betrayed him. Wilson was very talented, came from a real religious family, all gospel. Once I got to know him, he was a nice guy, but moody. Very moody. He wasn't a man that you could mess with. You could joke with him about something one minute, and in the next, he'd be on you and trying to kill you. That's why they called him Wicked Pickett. Everybody called him Wicked because Pickett wasn't the kind of guy who thought about what he did. Self-destruction. He kept a lot of stuff secret. If he got mad, he got mad and was always running somebody out of his house. He had a thing against the system, like a lot of black artists, but most of us didn't express it as much or make such big waves. If you were finding success, you thought, shiz, I'm getting along, so F it. But Pickett, he didn't hold back on nothing. Let me tell y'all something right quick, a little story. Back when I was in college, my bad if I've already told you this story. I used to hang with one of my baby mamas, right? That means that their child was either my godchild or something like that. You know, I ain't got no dick to get nobody pregnant, right? But I used to be with one of my baby mothers, right? And I mean, people did not like us together because of the fact we were so opposite. Let me say this about me first, right? Although I have been considered Fly Betty, that never mattered to me. You know, the people that I love the most are not into like designer brands or name brands or, you know, like my best friends aren't that. You know, the people that I love most aren't that. It's just so happened that I just got a thing about designer clothes, and my mama is attractive and my daddy got the beautiful skin and is attractive. Okay. Told y'all see a nigga that look like me. He look like he about 50. Run from him, because for real, he about 82. Okay. Not really 82, but he old, right? But he will trick the fuck out of you. My first or second year in college, this girl and me was like this, right? But it would always be this group of guys. I mean, people would avoid them at all costs. Now, me, they didn't have a problem with me, but they did with her, right? And I mean, whenever I would see them coming, it was horrible. You know, they would pick on this girl. I mean, do all kinds of ratchet things to disrespect her in front of everybody on the plaza. Okay, at UDC, the open area was called the plaza. And to make it so bad, the girl had a crush on one of the dudes that would pick on her. One of the dudes was real short, very unattractive. I mean, very like the troll under the bridge, like a goblin. You hear me? And another one of the guys, he was short, but he was very, very cute. Very. And another one of the guys, I mean, I ended up sleeping with him, you know, because he was sexy as fuck. But this is before I even knew that he was friends with those two, and I did everything I could to avoid them, because not just to my Judy, but to so many women there. They were just so disrespectful to women. So when he's speaking of Wilson Pickett, I'm feeling like he's the kind of guy that when he comes in the room, people leave because they want to avoid that chaos. This was typical. He looked at me real hard. Maybe he was a little drunk and said, "You like my old lady?" "I think she's nice," I replied. I didn't know what else to say, but she was nice, a beautiful woman. He said, "I know she's nice, but do you like her?" "Well, you know, I ... Once he got me to admit I liked his wife. He kept on at it. "What does like mean, Bobby?" "Like means ... You like looking at her?" "I just like her as a person ... What kind of person do you want her to be to you?" Then he started in, "You motherfucking dirty bastard. You trying to fuck my old lady?" I know he loved me, but if someone, maybe the press, gave me a little bit of attention, he would snatch it away. So he might have said something like, "You want to do an interview with Bobby Womack?" "Yup." "You want to do an interview with him? He works for me." He also said things like, "I don't want you talking to those people, Womack. People come to my dressing room, don't talk to them. Don't talk to them about nothing." I tell them they wanted to know about the album. He wasn't impressed, just wanted to make a scene. "I don't care," he would say and turn away. There was always something like that, and he could embarrass me something bad. Fortunately, we never had any physical bust up because I would walk away or talk my way out of it. I knew someone would get hurt. So there was always an undercurrent of tension and violence around Pickett. I used to wake on the wrong side of the bed, just wake up evil and mad at everybody. An hour later, everything was normal and cool. I don't know what that was, but I tried to work on it and work it out. I'm glad he acknowledges that, because some people just be moody. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they put it on. You know, I know me, if I'm waking up on a bad day, like if I'm snapping on my wife and I know she don't deserve it, I will apologize to her. You know, I mean, human beings, they can be emotional, you know, especially like when you struggling with menopause or depression or whatever that is. Sometimes, you know, you take things out on the people that you love, but it's important for you to recognize what you're doing and apologize. When you are taking people through that abuse and you're not apologizing for it, all you're doing is just making the situation worse. So each person should be mature enough to say, hey, you didn't deserve that, and apologize. Pickett didn't. He was different. He was a violent man. I know he came up really hard, but I never dug into his life that deep to find the reasons that made him vicious. Why he always wanted to fight, always thought someone was trying to steal from him or someone was trying to talk behind his back. I've seen him jump on people, somebody in his band, hit them across the head with a guitar because they missed a note. I know he beat one of his musicians once. Later, when he was sitting around someplace, the guy he had attacked got his revenge. He picked a poker up out of the fire and ran straight at old Pickett. Someone shouted a warning. Pickett turned his head and the poker went into his eye. I couldn't believe it. Afterwards, Pickett had real problems seeing much out of that eye. There was racial tension when Black musicians toured in the 60s. Especially in the South. The rednecks didn't like us going into their white areas. Sometimes those guys thought musicians would be poaching their women. That's because y'all was around there falling white women. So that was always an explosive mix. Pickett's temper versus the racist white boys. The first time I joined Pickett's band, he asked me, Bobby, have you got a gun? Already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com for these punk funk shades. Now remember this, the same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves you babies. Have a good one.